Are you a US citizen and want a green card for your siblings? A US citizen can apply for a green card for several family members. The green card is nothing more and nothing less than the permanent residence to live and work in the US. I'm Julio, immigration lawyer, and I'm gonna tell you in a simple way how you can do it in 6 steps. And stay until the end of the video, I will tell you how long it takes. The first step is obviously to see if you qualify. Only a US citizen can petition for his or her sibling. A resident, that is someone who has a green card, unfortunately cannot do it. You must first become a US citizen. In addition to being a citizen, you must at least be 21 years old to begin the process. And you can petition for your siblings whether they are single or married. And even if they have children, it doesn't matter. If your sibling is married and has children, you can also apply for a green card for them as dependents. But be very careful. Your siblings' children must be under 21 and unmarried to be able to petition them as dependents, and they must maintain their eligibility. The second step is to file the famous I-130 form. The US citizen must prove that he or she is a citizen with birth certificate, naturalization certificate, or a passport, and he or she must prove the sibling relationship. This can be done with birth certificates showing that they were born to the same parents or at least one of the parents in common. Remember, all the documents in order to be accepted by the government must be in English. And if it is in another language, you must have it translated into English. This I-130 form is filed by the US citizen with USCIS, the immigration agency here in the US. The third step is when USCIS receives the application. They will review it and perform necessary verifications. If the petition is approved, you will receive an approval notice in the mail. However, it is important to note that the approval of the petition does not automatically guarantee a green card. Instead, it establishes the basis for moving to the next step of the process. Once the petition is approved, we are at step 4. You must wait for an immigrant visa to become available. Immigrant visas are issued on a priority date-based system, which is the date the petition was filed. You can check this in the visa bulletin published by the government on a monthly basis. The sibling family category is F4. The fifth step is once your priority date becomes current on the visa bulletin. This happens when visas are available for the F4 family preference category. The case will be transferred to the National Visa Center, or NVC. The NVC will process your application, collect the necessary documents, and provide you with instructions on the additional steps, such as payment of fees and scheduling a consular interview. The sixth step of the process is to attend an interview at the US consulate abroad. During the interview, they will assess the eligibility and will review the documents. If everything is okay and in order, your sibling will be given a visa to travel to the US. Once inside, he or she will receive the green card. You can also do this part of the process inside the US, but as we will see now, it is more difficult. It is also possible to petition for your step-sibling and your half-sibling. You can petition for a step-sibling if the step-sibling relationship was established before one of you turned 18 when your parents got married. This, explained with an example in simple English, is when, for example, I am 25 years old and my stepbrother is 17. Since one of us is under 18, we can do it, and it doesn't matter which one of us is the citizen. You can also petition for a half-sibling. You have to prove that you share at least one of your parents in common. You can also apply for a green card for your adopted sibling if the adoption occurs before your sibling is 16 years old. The US citizen sibling must also qualify as a sponsor. You must show evidence of how much money you earn per year. And if you don't qualify, another US citizen or resident can be a co-sponsor. It can be a family member or a friend. As I said, the green card can be petitioned for siblings who are inside or outside the US. If outside, as we saw, it will be through the consulate. For those who are inside, they will have to go through a process called adjustment of status with the I-485 form with USCIS. But be careful, because they must maintain a legal status while waiting. And the waiting time, as we will see now, is very long, so doing this inside the US is quite difficult. And so, the million-dollar question: how long does it take to petition for a sibling? Unfortunately, this is one of the slowest family petition cases. And this is because there are only 65,000 of these green cards per year, plus unused ones from the other family categories. And obviously, as you may know, there are a lot of people requesting them. As I told you before, you can check the visa bulletin that is published every month, and this is the F4 category. At the time of shooting this video, it is taking about 16 years. But if your sibling is from Mexico, India, or the Philippines, the wait is even worse. However, this can change at any time and you should always check the visa bulletin. There could also be a legal change that adds more family green cards. This depends on the US Congress and this would speed up the process. While the process is long, we constantly hear from people who managed to successfully navigate it and got the green cards. On the other hand, we also hear from those who regret not initiating the process sooner. At the time, they didn't do it because of the delays, and as a result, they still haven't received their green cards. If they had begun earlier, they would have already completed the process by now. So, if you want to start your green card process, I'll leave you with a link in the description of this video.